I will go over 4 to 5 meaningful things that have impacted me during this class of multicultural counseling. I just want to say that this class was very helpful and very insightful um, for psychology and social work majors that want to become counselors or therapists. I think it was a very important class that all of us social workers and psychology students should take because it definitely taught me self-awareness, and it also taught me to have my own voice and to not be afraid to share my own thoughts and opinions with the class, or just with other people in general. Um, so the first thing I want to go over is um, just like the emphasis on different cultural backgrounds, especially when we would talk about immigrants. I think it's definitely a very I definitely have very strong opinions about this. And I know that during class, it was always okay, we have to be careful and everything. But I learned to have gratitude for my own culture and to be proud of being Hispanic and Filipino. And I feel like before I took this class, I was very much so struggling with um my cultural identity and I guess my ethnic background, because a lot of people in Minneapolis that I've seen, at least in NCU, are not Asian. And so I guess coming from California here was honestly really hard to not be able to relate to anybody. But with taking this class, it made me have more of an appreciation for my own culture, just because it's so beautiful when people come from different countries to America and make a good living and um, just respect the culture of America while also staying strong in their own identity, which is what my grandparents did. So I don't know, I just feel like that was the most important thing that I've learned from this class, is that it benefited me to be confident. And yeah, the second thing that I learned was self-awareness. We went over this a lot. I mean, the whole course, but a lot more so in the beginning. And coming into this class, I had a lot of very strong opinions that were more so just black and white. But after taking this class, I remember I'm okay, well, I need to self evaluate and reflect, and just having an open mind was really hard for me, even though I thought I was a very open-minded person, and taking this class made me realize that I wasn't. Um, and so just stepping back and just remembering okay, not everything that I do is completely right, and it's not the right way to do things, and I can't put that on everybody else. And so it definitely made me have an open mind and to, stay strong in my beliefs, but still stay strong in my beliefs and my morals and everything like that, but just also keep in mind that there are other people with completely different beliefs than me, and that I have to be careful when I share my own thoughts and concerns and beliefs, and just remember who is this audience. And also something I wrote down was every one of my clients are coming from different backgrounds, and especially when you are counseling and doing therapy in a very diverse when you have a diverse population, you have to keep in mind that everybody comes from different backgrounds. And so I definitely learned to just put myself in their shoes and my friends' shoes and my family's shoes and everything like that. The third thing was the importance of diversity. It kind of goes into my last point. This honestly helps me to have an open mind because I'm like, okay, everybody's different. Like, everybody's not the same. Let me rewire my brain and remember that everyone's gonna have a total different experience and a totally different background. The fourth one is the importance of asking questions. I thought this was a really thing to note because I think a lot of the times, like in our class, I would get too scared to ask questions. But I remembered that like when we do get our masters and when we do have to do our supervised hours, like it's important for us to ask our supervisor questions about the session that we just had, and just to gain more confidence in asking questions about counseling and therapy is just really vital. And I thought like it's important for all of us to do. And also not just asking your supervisor questions and professors questions, but when like we're in the actual session, it's important for us to ask the client questions, our client questions, because it's not all about us and it's not all about us trying to fix them. We're trying to learn about who they are and okay, where is this problem stemming from? And so just learning like, okay, it's important that I ask them questions so that I am learning more about them, and this actually makes the client feel seen and it makes them feel like, oh, my therapist is actually interested in learning about me and actually helping me. So I'm just remembering to do that. My fifth point, um, discomfort and vulnerability. I remember like during the beginning, like I'd be like like some of the topics we would go over, I would be like I'd want to say something, but then I wouldn't because I would feel like uncomfortable because I wasn't sure what the whole class was going to think. So it definitely made me uncomfortable at times, but um one of the most important things is that it confronted me with the privilege that I have. And not that privilege is bad, but it definitely like made me think, oh wow, like I'm definitely more privileged than others. Like, I mean, I go to college and everything like that. Like, I get to go home to California on breaks, like, and I have a good job and stuff like that. So, just like being confronted with that and like realizing that not everybody has it that way. And it gave me a better outlook on life to be like, thank you, Lord, that you have blessed me with all of this, and not to be proud about it, but to just like give thanks to the Lord because He has really blessed me. And just realizing that like everybody doesn't have a life like this, and this class made me just be more thankful for the life God has blessed me with. And then the last one, my last point is that I've learned is that my cultural identity is very crucial. And it's very crucial when it comes to doing therapy with clients. Everything that I learn and all the experiences I have are very, very crucial. And just like my morals are very strong, my beliefs are very strong. I love my family, and like just having all of these things a part of my identity is very important. And just making sure that my identity is healthy, making sure that I have a healthy lifestyle, and making sure that I have a healthy mindset is just very, very crucial when I am giving therapeutic, when I'm giving therapy to clients. And just reminding myself to be aware of my own bias. And like we said in class earlier today, like we are human, and inherently we're always going to have a bias, but it's important to keep it in our mind and to not say it when like we're talking to a client when we think a certain way and I'm like, well, I actually disagree. Like, I can't just say that. Like, I have to think about it in my head and just be like, okay, like let me stop being biased. So I think that's like something that I will have to work on. And to just not center myself. This is all about the client. This is all about them. This is not about me. We're just on this journey together to help them have a healthy mind, a healthy body, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. But yeah, that's some of the most important things I learned from this class.